Greetings, Dapplings, and welcome to a new first stage of the channel, where today we're going to be checking out Microcivilization. This is a game that's actually been on my radar for a little while. In fact, I've had the demo around for a bit. This is the demo that the full game is going to be, or rather, releasing into early access on the 13th. Honestly, increasingly indie games release in a state which I would be the comparison to a full release of a AAA, but that is a discussion for another time. However, the Dapplings put this back on my radar by suggesting this on the Dapperdell Discord, and I'm very glad that they did, because I've actually sat down now and I've played through the tutorial once, and I've reset the tutorial for the sake of this Let's Play, and I am really enjoying this game. Now, the game is advertised as an incremental clicker strategy. Now, I realize incremental might turn some people off, and clicker might turn some people off. The games I would liken this to are Realm Grinder. A game where clicking, well, much like all good clickers, you very quickly transition away from clicking yourself, and into more of the meta progress of the game. This game does have a touch of roguelike elements that are probably easier for me to show than to describe, but suffice it to say, I think there is a lot to like about this game, even for those who are usually put off by the whole clicker incremental kind of genre. Definitely worth at least checking out in its demo form. But with all that said and done, let's go ahead and jump into the video. But before we do remember that if you, by the end of the video, enjoyed what you saw and you want to see more, then you know how to let me, and more importantly, Synced Algorithmus, know down below with those beautiful buttons. But with that said, let's unpause. Now, as all good clickers begin, you literally more or less got one button. Though I guess in this one you've got two, because I can choose a research. We will research fire. Allows the construction of wooden hut housing, and I would very much like that. Wooden huts are going to be important for increasing our population. We've got 5 free space, 1 population, and I need to click more or less the one button, the one resource button that we've got. And every time I hit 10, we get a new population. So far, so pretty normal for clicker games. And I'm just going to grind that up until I've got no more free space, which is a bit of a shame. Right, we have researched houses, and I can now select a hut. So we've got this kind of yin-yang thing going on with the 2 different resources. Don't worry, there are actually more than just 2. But I definitely need a hut in order to continue growing up, growing our population. You can see this bar is filling up. Number of people living in your civilization. Next, worker at 10. And workers are going to be very important. I really should keep researching because times are ticking. Right, so tools. This would give us 1 wood per click and also 1 wood per second. So it gives us a passive income. I will happily take that, thank you very much. But let's go ahead and aim to get up to having 1 worker, because at 1 worker, there we go. We now have a passive income of grain as well. By growing population, you gained a worker unit. Worker units generate food over time. They can also generate other things, but it's kind of a choice, really, there. At this stage, we don't want the population to keep growing when I can't house them. So until we've got a passive income of wood, I best make some more free huts. Now, you don't want to make too many. Having too many empty huts is a fire hazard, and there's lots of little things like that in this game. Obviously, having too much population and not enough place to put them is a, well, I mean, other than people having to sleep without any shelter, it's actually a plague risk. So there's all sorts of checks and balances to make sure you don't drive one thing too aggressively. But I really do like the way that the huts are showing up, the people are joining our little town down here. Right, okay, dismiss tutorials can be clicked in the message log. That is true. We can click on the message log at any point and to see all of that. But next thing we want to go for copper, and that is going to give us the spearman, our first warrior unit. We do have a militia, and I'll show that in a second. Also, we've got our first little milestone over here, which is to reach 20 population. We have got the militia over here, and they will help us. Well, I mean, they kind of hurt us as well, but they are for dealing with the crises that can show up, which hopefully we're not going to have too many of for a little while. Let's see if we can't get up to having a second worker. I don't use any kind of auto clickers with these games. If you do, for whatever reason, then more power to you. But for me personally, it's kind of like playing a clicker game and not clicking myself is like playing a roguelike with permanent death but save scumming. It's like half of the joy of the game for me is trying to best my own click speed, if that makes sense. But I'm sure that if, again, for any reason, you don't enjoy that, or for for some reason you can't click too quickly, don't worry. This is not one of these games where clicking frantically is important. Some games you've got to, get a certain click per minute. This is not one of those. And even still, I'm sure you could use auto-clickers if you particularly wanted to. There we go. 2 workers. That's a healthy bit of food coming in. Right, let's grab that spear. You can now start quests to begin exploring the world. We will get to that in a moment. But as you can see, the tech tree does open up. And I'm imagining that this is going to continue to expand a lot through the campaign in the main game. Right now, we've only got this basic starting land, so we kind of end by getting over here to the Tower of Babel. But in the main game, I expect there's going to be some larger reaching campaign that goes through more of the eras. Now, what would we like? Lumber mills, which would allow us to use workers to produce wood, or getting cattle. Each free worker produces more food. I like the idea of that, so that's what we're going to go for. Also, we have managed to grab this, so let's go ahead and tuck that in. There we are. That's going. I believe that increases how fast we research. Our 2 new milestones are defeat mammoths at least once and reach 50 population. On the topic of mammoths, we are going to make some spearmen first, because we can now head out of the village. We've got a couple of places we can go. We've got a bandit camp over here, and each one has 2 quests. They're sort of the yin-yang kind of design there. This one would get us 179 people by sending missionaries, and would eventually convert this, if you go through all the quest stages, into a village. Villages give you 1 extra worker. Alternatively, you could go with the combat and you'd get gold as a reward, and eventually this would become farmland. After completing all quest stages, the tile can be improved to farmland, which has the following effects. When a windmill is active, plus 9 grain per second, which is actually quite wonderful. Over here we have the mammoths. We can either go for wood over here, and whilst we're running this quest, there is a risk that we'll have fire. But if we do all of the tree sides of this quest, we would convert her into a pasture, which means when we've got a granary, we'd have extra soldier capacity. Alternatively, we can hunt mammoths. The mammoths themselves are the crisis, and once we've completed the quest, mammoths will show up and we'll have to fight them. But if we can do it through all 4 stages, we will get a tile improvement, which would mean that when the lumber mill is active, we gain more wood. We've got another village over here, though. We can demand tribute, or we can visit the tribe. This would eventually build it into a village. This one would eventually turn it into barbarians, which again could eventually be a village. So technically speaking, if you wanted to get the most bang for buck out of this, you'd probably want to make it into a barbarian camp and then convert the barbarians. But if we go through the basics here with the scouts, we actually get some additional reward cards, which can be a bit of an interesting one. By far and away, this is probably one of the easiest ones. So let's go ahead and start a quest over yonder, because that doesn't really require that we have any spearmen at home to protect us. Nevertheless, let's go ahead and get some spearmen. There we go. But I would like a few more spearmen before we take on the mammoths, if we have the choice. We've currently got plus 25% research for 4 minutes. Quite a lot of the effects are built around that. You've got a timer on it. Now, whilst we're here, I will go ahead and help our population to grow. There we go. Let's get more and more peeps. Ooh, there we go. You have your first soldier unit. Use it during a crisis to damage a threat. Indeed, I shall. Thankfully, we are not expecting any threat on the horizon. You can see as my population goes up, the amount of spare food that we're bringing in, the surplus, is going down, as is usual with these sorts of games. That's probably no surprise to anyone who's familiar with any kind of civilization-like. But we have now got 50 population, which means we can go ahead and pop. There we go. We've got a hero unit. You'll notice the new over here. We've actually got a council of sorts, and we can collect new heroes. This is an elite hero. It's kind of defined by the border, and the shape dictates which area you go into. So this hero, Ray Munzel, will add base damage 1 to 2, and will increase fortification damage by 7%, and when a barracks is active, will give you a passive income of stone. Dogmatism on attack will stun a crisis for 2 seconds. That is actually pretty amazing. I mean, it's certainly amazing compared to not having anything at all, so I'm okay with that. So that's kind of defining our culture now. Right, let's... Actually, I'm going to help out with the huts a little bit. Let's get up to at least 30. But it looks like our first quest is over. Invest the tribe. You've discovered a foreign village. They possess many jewels and trinkets of precious metals. I can claim the village as our own. This will cause a war crisis. We'll get 240 gold. I can exchange gold for the food they need. Which should reduce our income of food by 20%. Now, that's a percentage, so as long as we're positive, that's not too bad. Well, actually, assuming you're quite positive, because obviously it's going to take from the total, not from your surplus. But that's 60 gold, straight up, not too bad, and it isn't something permanent. Or, for 5 minutes, I can just get 3 gold a minute, and I have to do nothing with that one. I think I'm going to go with this one. There we go. Let's grab that. There we are. So 3 gold a minute. We're now making a little bit of gold. But quests are a big part of this. Now, having explored here, we've now got sight on another area. And once again, exactly the same sort of quests are available for us. We are going to do the same thing. We're just going to visit the tribe. But you can run several quests at once if you want to. And right now, I would like to run a quest for the mammoths. We do still have that one. You will face a crisis at the end of this quest. It must be defeated to finish the quest stage. Yes, I would like to do that. However, now we really do need to get hill forts rather sharpish. That is going to be a big problem. Maybe I should have gotten that done before I activated the mammoth quest, but, you know, living on the edge. There we are. Let's get a little bit of everything. Reach 100 population to gain another worker to boost our production. We are up to 2 workers presently. That's fine for now. We just want to pop by about... Well, we'll go until we start seeing the fire risk happening. 100 would be quite nice, but I don't think we're really going to get up to 100 right now. But this gives us plenty of time to just take our eye off the prize and allow our population to expand. There we go. We got hill forts, and we are immediately going to build one. However, we don't produce any passive stone. Now, there is a consequence for me clicking the button over here the way I am. I am kind of stacking up heat. Anyone who's played Satisfactory will remember that as you're handcrafting, the kind of crafting plate becomes hotter and hotter and hotter. And it's kind of cool visual cue that you're working hard, but it doesn't really overheat in any meaningful way. In this game, it does. So we need to be aware of that. Your first crisis is here. It will destroy your civilization unless it is defeated or expires. Kill 1 people, kill 1 people. We can just let it expire, or we can defeat them. Obviously, we want to defeat them. There we go. We've got a hill fort. Now, if I pause this here, this will do 1 to 2 damage and will block a crisis attack. I can do that, and I can block this effect. With 2 of these, I could block the entire attack if I wanted to. But you can use a unit to damage the enemy. If we look here, let's go ahead and use a militia. Did a bit of damage, and then a spearman does a lot of damage. We've got plenty of time, so let's go ahead and just get more of these. There we go. They are running riot in here, but we have resolved that crisis. So we've got a new common or better hero. We've also got 5.4 grain a second. That would not have come to us if we didn't defeat the mammoth. But there we are. We've defeated the mammoth as well, so we can go ahead and check that out. Grab you. Thank you very much. A new hero. I would very much like a lumber mill now, because we've got plenty of workers, and I would like to put them to work in getting some more passive income. We did lose 1 townsperson. This is remembered for the meta progress of the game, and it's not always something you want to avoid. Just a wee note there. Now, we've got an even better councilman to go here. A rare belief hero. This is an elite belief hero. This adds 1 to 2. On attack, stuns the crisis for 1 second, plus 7% damage. When barracks is active, gives 1.1. I mean... Oh, and dogmatism. On attack, stuns for 2 crisis. So this one has a natural stun effect. So we'll pop that one in. So it's potentially going to stun a lot more. We've also got a common law hero. Plus 10% grain per second and plus 6% spearman damage. Stratocracy. On defense, 33% chance to deal militia damage, I'm guessing. We'll see. So this is the damage of our various units there. Not too bad at all. And then this unit, well, we can do things with these ones. If you have a look down here, a single common hero of any color or shape, we can sell for 25. 2 elite heroes of any color or shape, can be sold for 75. So the shape is obviously what dictates the difference between a belief and a lore hero. 2 rare heroes of any color or shape can be sold for 125. 4 common heroes of any color or shape will give you a random elite hero, but that'll cost 250. 4 elite heroes of any color or shape will give you a random rare hero. That will cost 500. 3 rare heroes will give a random rare hero. So this one doesn't get any better, but that one costs 1,000 gold to do, which is hard to come by in my experience. A single unique hero of any color or shape can be sold for 100. I'm not really sure how to describe these. I'll get to them in a little bit, but we accrue those over there. You'll notice our crown now has some gems in it because we are slowly filling it up with the different counselors as well, which is actually quite nice. Right, let's go ahead and get that sawmill. Now, let's have a look here. We have got reach 100 population. Thank you very much. A new hero. Very, very nice indeed. Now, do we want to go flower? Do we want pickaxes? A warrior code? Well, this will give us a base income, which will be nice. The barracks, which boosts the fort capacity and unit strength. A plow or a granary. Granary boosts infantry capacity and food. Definitely being able to stockpile more infantry is a good move, in my opinion. Right, let's go ahead and get the forester's hut built up and set out for a couple of new quests. We've got a new village over here as well. Let's go ahead and visit them. And we are going to take on the mammoths once again. Yeah, let's do that. There we go. Right, we want to get the forester hut up and running. There we are. This is now active and is giving us a little bit of a bonus at all times. It's just a passive effect is +2. But the charge effect, which is building up over here and can build up several charges, is immediately to get 240 wood. Now that is going to come in very handy when we start shedding our spearmen in battle. Right, we've discovered a foreign village, dirty inhabitants who do not know the secret of fire. We can offer a lucrative reconstruction investment. We'd lose a bit of growth of wood, but we gain 60 gold. Claim the village, and that would give us 240 free spaces, but that would absolutely give us a problem with fire. Or we can just straight up gain 60 vagabonds. I think we're going to do that, since right now we've got nothing better to do than build huts. Now, vagabonds go up here and they slowly convert into population, but while we've got them, there is a bit of a risk. So there is a disease chance from having vagabonds without homes. Now, we don't currently have enough homes for them all, but it is a slow process to convert vagabonds into regular citizens. So you don't need them to have the excess houses right away, as long as you're fairly confident you'll be able to build them in time. Right, it looks like the mammoth quest is about to finish. Now we can go down here and have a quick peek. We've got another mammoth quest over there. We've also got some wood over here, and I wouldn't mind getting the extra soldier capacity from the mammoths here, if I'm perfectly honest. So let's go ahead and do that one. Start that quest. There we are. And at this point, we've easily got enough homes for the vagabonds. Right, a level 5 mammoths. This one's a bit more chonky. They're going to kill 11 people and then kill 32 people with that one. Obviously, we want to kind of save up our ability to block until then, just in case we need it. But let's go ahead and switch back to Spearman. I'm going to use the charge. And again, let's now just really just dig in to getting Spearman. All Spearmen all the time. They are going to kill a couple of our people, but we may be able to prevent them from even getting one of the main events, because I'm fairly confident we're going to be able to kill them without needing to use the force, because of the fact that we stun them for so long every time we hit them. This is actually really working well for us right now. And we need one more spearman. Can we do it without popping the fort? I think it's going to be close. Nope, we did it. Fantastic. Okay. Right, the vagabonds increase disease risk, but will slowly merge into housing when it's free. Yes, they will. Right, new hero and a bunch more grain. We've actually got a couple of heroes now, so let's go and collect them. And in fact, got 2 heroes that we actually need. So, the rare leadership hero. This is plus 33% wood, plus 5 autonomous mode skill. I'm not really sure what to call those tokens. But also increases base damage, but the autonomous mode skill, auto-select new research for 10 of the tokens. And Republic. when we turn on the Republic ability, prevents risk caused crises for 100 tokens. So that would take 2 workers out of our pool, but it would prevent a risk caused crisis. So, for example, fire or plague. And when the ability is off, it just builds up more of those tokens. So that's an obvious go for us. And then finally, we've got a common economy hero over here. Plus 21% wood per second and plus 7% damage from fortifications. And exploitation. Plus 25% per click. There we go. I will happily receive that. Now, if we have a look over here, we've got the autonomous mode tokens over there. Does it tell me what they are? Autonomy production. It's just what it's called. Okay, fair enough. But we are building these clicks up. Now, if I turn them on, let's have a look. We would get autonomous research and peacetime yin-yang click construction. So they would be clicking there. We've now got a plague. Okay. So plagues dealt with in exactly the same way that mammoths are. However, we don't really have as many people available for us. We've got a couple of things going on right now, so I'm going to quickly grab these. I would like the pick next. I would also like to stun you and start pulling this down. I am actually going to pop the fort to try and prevent that from getting too nasty, but I'm fairly certain we're not going to be able to stop them here. Let's grab that. There we go. And as soon as they're there... Oh, that was not bad. I'm very glad we didn't have to lose anyone there. Right, okay, so you've discovered a far village. Dirty inhabitants who do not know the secret of fire once again. At this point, I kind of want the free space, but it would start a war crisis. It's all go in this town. We need the room. So confirm that one. Right, barbarians. Level 6 barbarians, and I have nothing to stop them. They'll destroy 43 houses. Well, you know, that's actually not so bad, since I can easily weather that. But let's try and stop them if we can. Now, unfortunately, we're not doing a lot of damage here. Sad to say. Right, pop that. And as soon as we can, there we go. I'm going to try and keep them stunned the whole way, if that is possible for us. We might be able to manage it. Oh, that was very nice. Another stun. Oh, it looks like as I'm using that, it just adds in. Well, they're about to take it, I think. Oh, did we actually get through? Wow. That is quite amazing. We can toggle autonomous mode button to slowly convert tokens into auto-clicks. You know what? I would like auto-clicks, so we're going to turn that on. And so we're now always automatically clicking here. But one thing to look at is click heat. Didn't really cover that in when I was talking about the kind of heat buildup. But if we hover over this, it does show that the click heat is there, and it's 56 out of 2,000. The higher this gets, literally the higher the risk of fire. That's how that works. So you don't really want it going full bore all the time, is what I'm saying. Right, we're going to allow the spearmen to build up. We don't have any quests on the go right now, but we have unlocked a couple new places. It looks like we've got some other things. Defeat barbarians. I've got to do 3 more of these and finish a bunch of quests. Okay, well, we can easily do a bunch of quests, I think. I wouldn't mind more people since we just expanded our territory so aggressively. And I would like more villages, because more villages and more workers is great. We've got a lot of space that I really, really would like to aggressively fill. All right, let's fill this out. Well, we got more stone, but this is a percentage base, and we're not producing any stone right now. And this one is just base damage increase, which isn't necessarily terrible, but we would lose the stun effect that we've currently got, the additional stun, and that is sincerely helping us right now. I don't think we want to go for that one. Crisis risk breakdown. So the fire chance due to empty houses is plus 28. The war chance is 35 because of our missionary. And the disease chance is 18 due to all of our vagabonds. Not exactly the best time. Also, why am I making more of this, my lord? Please stop. Right, let's quickly get this dry storage going, because then we're going to be able to get some more soldiers in our ranks, which would be very, very nice indeed. Let's also get a hill fort, please and thank you. All right, let's allow our population to fill that empty space without adding more to it. You can choose you can choose not to add additional constructions if you want to. Am I going to be able to get this hill fort going? It's possible. Let's see if I can. There we go. That's one hill fort. I would like now to flick over to Spearman and to get 2. There we go. That's one. I'm going to pop the hill fort. And we're going to, continue to... continue to build up Spearman. So just triggering the hill fort stopped them there. And at this point, it's just as soon as I can make Spearmen, go ahead and make them. Since just doing this triggers them instantly. So it's probably the safest way of us doing it. There we go. That was actually nice and easy. Getting extra peeps in here. I mean, it's not terrible, I suppose. Right. Okay, so we are now at the point where vagabonds aren't the worst thing. We are producing this, I believe, through this, perhaps? Or maybe not. No, I don't think we are. So we do need to do that ourselves. There we go. Another hill fort. And pretty much everything else is sorted. We're not going to create... Well, actually, thinking about it, we are quite low on space now, so it's not as bad of a thing as it used to be. Right, we've got another lore hero. You are giving us better food. I will take it. It does drop the Spearman damage, but it gives us base damage up, which I'm okay with for now. Looking at our common heroes, we could... I think we need one more and we can merge them. We'll see how that goes. But we want to be back out there getting some more quests on the go. We've got a mountain over here, which we can eliminate cannibals to convert it into a quarry. The quarry, when a quarry is active, plus 3 stone per second, or convert it into a fortress after when a barracks is active, plus 1 fort capacity. And this would give us a passive stone. I think we're going to go for that. And oh, really? An uprising already? Wow, that's a bit rough. Don't damage a workshop, please. I'm gonna pop that ability straight away, and then we're gonna try and replace it. It's going to stun them the second it hits. There we go. And I'm gonna activate that one as well. I'm gonna stun you again. And now I would like to be focusing on Spearmen only if I'm able to. I don't think they're going to be able to get to the workshop there if we just focus on this. I could just go ahead and spend the Spearman I've got, but I don't mind right now. I am burning off my clicks a bit, but that's the way that goes. We do now want to get the hill fort if we can, please and thanks. Let's have a look at the new hero we got. We've got plus 12 per second, plus 9% Spearman damage. It's actually quite nice. We're going to need a lot more money. We've got barely any, I suddenly realized. Also, we are, like, passively researching because of our ability. It's using the autonomy upgrades. Now, working on warrior code and then to bow would be quite nice. We've got a windmill now. Windmills generate food and boost other workshops. I think that should be good. We will focus on that in a moment. But let's go ahead, get that on the go, and then the windmill. Now this once again is going to require stone. And we've still got an uprising possibility kind of looming over this. It needs a lot of stone as well. And you can see as the kind of crafting plate is getting more and more and more built up. But at this point I can just let it craft by itself, so I'm happy to do that for the time being. Got another barbarian camp over there. Let's go ahead and build up towards this if we can, and I would kind of like to do the same over here if I'm perfectly honest, but level 6 War Crisis I'm not super keen on. Instead, let's focus on getting some more workers, because we've only got 2 right now. That means we can only, once this is built, I'm only going to have 1 worker making food. Now, the way that the windmill works is passively gives us an extra 5 food a second, but the charge means that the next ability will trigger twice. That is a very, very good one in combination with a couple of the warrior-centric abilities. Right, we've got a new encampment, the encampment being one of them. Unit damage plus 300%. It is very, very nice to have that on the go. Right, we're going to try and get through this as quickly as we can. Let's just focus on the Spearman for now. That will stun you. This is a level 7 uprising, which I'm none too happy with seeing, if I'm perfectly honest, especially because I'm having to grind this up myself. Let's use that and pop these down. There we go. And again, there we are. We are really plowing through now. I can probably focus on just stalling them and using the spearmen that I've already got. But you can see that the fire was there, just kind of waiting for us. And there we are. We've got a load more stone, which is lovely. Breakthrough Oasis. You have discovered a foreign village. They possess a technology you have never seen before. I could get a big boost to technology if I had the cash. I do not. Get the secret by force. 10% risk of a fight for 5 minutes just for 40% extra. I mean, it wouldn't be terrible. Yes, we are in fact going to go with that. Crisis over. You've successfully defeated the threat. Indeed we have. Let's try and get this up and running though. We've also got, a unique person. Hammurabi, unique leadership hero level 7, plus 42% stone per click, and a passive income of gold. Unique skill, -1 to all risks per autonomous point, with a maximum of -35. That is huge. Also, monarchy. Now this is a ability you can toggle on or off. This would give us 150% extra money per second, but increase the uprising chance by 15%. And when the ability is off, it just gives us passively 25% increased gold per second, and no other concern. I think we are absolutely going to take Hammurabi. That is a no-brainer there. Thank you ever so much indeed. Now we want some more quests on the go. I think 55% for another uprising. We want this. Let's go. I'd also very much like to get maybe some more wood so that we can easily manage the replenishment of our spearmen. And in the meanwhile, let's go ahead and investigate this village. Now, we can actually do that on every village if we particularly wanted. Right, we've got archers now. Military units, archers, 4 to 7 damage. But I would actually like the Hillfort if I could get them. There we go. And we can now get 3 of them, thanks to having the barracks up and running. Right, we're going to pop that one in and go ahead and get a second one straight away. And now I am going to switch across to archers only. It's a shame I can't get that going, but that's fine. We'll just use that one for now. If we had the double charge, it would have been perfect, because that would have... Oh, no, thank you. Almost. You almost got me there, you scallywag, you. Right, and let's see if we can't get another archer in just a second. Are we going to be able to do it in time? I'm not sure. Yes, we are. There we go. Managed to save a little bit of cash there, but we've got a very, very high risk going on right now. Let's see who we've got. We've got another common hero over here. Gives us wood, 34 per second, and adds the base damage of +1. Central plan, +30. Yeah, you know what? I think we're going to go for that, just for that particular bonus there. I quite like that. That should help a little bit. Now, this would just give us food, which is okay, but it will pull down it'll increase our population really, and it'll then move this up to 200, and then that will slowly drain down. But it's not really the best for us right now, I'm going to be honest. 90 vagabonds wouldn't be great, but we could afford it. Alternatively, we could lose a bit of our wood production. I don't think we can afford to lose the wood production right now. You can use gold to purchase items. I could get a rye shipment, +2 per second for 5 minutes. In fact, I could get 2 of those. And that will take a lot of the edge off there, which I'd be very happy to see. And let's go ahead and have a look. We've just got money unlocked there. I'm starting to feel that we really do need to go through the plow. We've got 8 quests complete, so that's a new hero and another hero there. Let's go for the plow, and then to breeding, I think, would be the wisest course of action. Let's go ahead and grab these. We've got some rare belief heroes, very nice indeed. +2 base damage, stun chance, +2 archer damage. That is a nice one. And when the barracks is active, which is almost always going to be, we would get wood. However, I really do like getting the stone right now. So that one's a little bit of a tricky sell for me. This one, though, would give us a big wallop to base damage. 80% damage stolen as population. I guess when I do damage to enemies, I gain population. I would assume, which isn't exactly what I would want, because that feels like it would very quickly overwhelm me. So maybe no to that one. Your overuse of clicking has angered the people, creating uprising risk. Well, I mean, I was doing it to save them. I don't know what to say. We could go for another mammoth fight, get some extra food coming in, and I'm kind of thinking that might be what we need to do. That's a level 6, and this is a level 6. Well, I guess we're going to do it. Sure. And at the same time, let's go ahead and say hello to you. We should be able to get the village converted and then get an extra worker, which would make a lot of these problems immediately go away. But for now, I'm just going to let time build up. Forced labor quest has been completed. Very nice indeed. Your best and brightest have departed for forced labor. We're slowly building up the fort and the archers. And the uprising risk has decreased a little bit. We are losing people here and there, though, and it does sadden me. I'm not going to lie. We could potentially go over here. Yeah, let's do it. So halfway through this one, we'll be able to grab the second. Let's make sure that we've got this charge ready. We do. So I'm going to be able to get 2 hits from our archers here. And before the mammoths attack, I think my play is to put in Shantae Ehrenrich to give us the boost to our archer damage. I think that would be the wisest move. There we go. We've got the plow. Fantastic. Let's go for breeding, which is going to give us a little bit of extra food per worker. So it's only per worker. But we are now food positive, which is very, very good to see. Very good indeed. Right, we've got 3 fort units, which means we can grab that. Gives us a new hero as well. Let's see who we've got. We've got base damage, autonomous mode, plus 0.8 yin-yang clicks. I guess, though, would that affect... Oh, sorry, yang clicks. Would that affect our uprising chance? It's possible. So I'm not really in the mood for that one right now. We're going to see how this pans out. We're now getting to work on building huts, but I don't want that. I would like, instead, to get a marketplace, but we won't have a worker for said marketplace. Right, it's about time for us to swap over to deal extra damage from our archers. Let's go for this. Right, 1 archer attack. Oh my lord. That was actually a little bit disgustingly powerful. My goodness. Right, common hero or better here. 10% risk. I'm not actually sure what that is. Maybe loss of research? Or just gain research. Start a 2,000 years long religious dispute. Are we the baddies? Right. At this point, I can complete it and get the village effect, which I would very much like to do. And there we are. Plus 1 worker just in time for the marketplace, I should imagine. And there we go. Right. Now, this next upgrade is a bit of a problem. I've got to defeat a couple more barbarians. But this one, division of labor. It is a dangerous technology, hence the red background. This one is going to cause a permanent risk while we're researching it. So whilst we've got this on the go, until completed, this causes a social crisis, which is a tad bit of a problem. Let's turn that off so we no longer got the uprising chance. I should pull that down a little bit, hopefully. And let's just focus on this one. I'm just going to go ahead and make use of you. There we are. Everything we need, and get some more archers as well besides. We do now have the marketplace, so I could turn an ability into just straight up gold if I want to. And I kind of like that idea. Let's go ahead with that. There we are. Right, over here we've got a lot of risk if I want to go for that, which I don't really want to at present. Let's have a look around. Oh, no, actually, we want to continue that one. I guess we could take on the level 7 mammoth boss. I feel that's a big ask, but I'm willing to do it. We're kind of stacking a lot of risks around. We've lost 197 villagers so far. That's an unpleasant reality to face. Right, are you two roughly... Let's sort them by level. Are they roughly equivalent? I'm not seeing much of a difference between them. This one just gives base damage, whereas this one gives fortification damage, and specifically hill fort damage. But I think that one's the one we're going to go for now. Sure. That extra 10% on our archers, though, was brutally effective. Right, there we go. Nice. Okay, so we've gotten division of labor, plus 2 gold per worker. So at this point, we do kind of want to have workers, and a lot of them around the place. I could upgrade the lumber mill. Unlocks a lumber mill upgrade, increasing its efficiency. We could get a new military unit, move the archer to a phalanx, mud brick abode, so we would be building our abodes out of stone instead, or upgrade the hill forts into stone walls. I think maybe that. Alternatively, we could go for quarry, but I think mortar is what we're going to go for. We are getting close to the end of the tech tree at this point. Now, we can sell stone at this point for just making money. The cost is 1,000 stone, so basically we invest stone, and then once we get that, we get a plus 0.3 revenue for 5 minutes. So if you're producing a lot of stone, definitely worth looking into. And I think for now, that is the best place for our money to go. Right, we've got the fights looming on the horizon. I'm just going to help out while I'm here. There's no reason not to. Actually, you know what? I could go ahead and set this up, but I would be stacking so much potential problems our way. I think instead we're going to send out our quests over here. Now, I could always demand money, but I think it's best for us to go for these. There we go. Let's get all of those quests on the go. Honestly, I've not been particularly aggressive with the quest game in this run. Part of that is because I'm focusing on commentating what I'm doing, but you can be very, very proactive with quests, and it's a very good way of doing it. Right, let's pause this for a second. Right, what we're going to lose? 48 houses, lots of people will be lost. Okay, first thing we're going to do, we're going to pop a fort. I don't have, well, we're about to get that actually. That will be in place for the next one. So I'm okay with that, but we do now need to get that next one ASAP. So we need lots of archers, please and thank you. Unfortunately, we're a little bit... Oh, this is a bad one because it's a boss. I maybe shouldn't have done that. All right, let's pop this and get these in as quickly as we can. I am absolutely going to have to just grind this now. That will stop them. I don't want to use my militia right now. I want to only use this. All right, let's go for 174 people will be lost. We'll use that, obviously. That is... Oh, sorry, now that is an upgraded one. But I can use the militia to stall, and I should be using the militia to stall whenever I can. It doesn't matter that I'm increasing the risk of rebellion right now. That is much more palatable than the consequence of dealing with this mammoth attack. This is going to be a rough one for us. Oh, my lord. Okay, let's pause that there. We are only ahead of them. The Mammoth Rugby Team of Virgin. Wow, okay. Let's stall that there again for 2 seconds. That was a misplay on my part. I shouldn't have gone for that, really. I should have held off. But we've managed to get them down to halfway. And this is a boss attack, by the way. So we're doing all right, I would say. We're doing all right. Right, they're on the move again. Let's stun them. But we have to keep the stuns moving aggressively if we want to win this. Our archers are not quite strong enough, really, for this kind of fight. Still, you'll notice that the timer for our other... Oh, did we stop them? Did we lose population, or did one of our heroes just bail us out there? It does occasionally happen that they will. Interesting. But you'll notice that the timers up the top have stopped progressing, and they will continue to basically be on... oh, actually, no, they haven't stopped progressing. I tell a lie. It just stacks them up, so you don't have to deal with multiple conflicts at once. Instead, they'll be in a queue, which may actually be worse, really, thinking about it. There we go. And we're about to have a nasty one here. This is going to be a lot of people dead. This one is not... Okay, so it does stun them when it triggers, but that was a big loss, right? Okay, let's go with this. There we are. And hit them hard. And hit them again. Oh, my lord, that was a rough one. We did lose a lot of people to that, but certainly not the worst. All right, let's grab all of these. Cannibal Community Center. You have discovered a foreign village. They eat people alive. In fact, they have eaten your previous expedition. How awful. I could scare off the cannibals. None of these are particularly good. Fight for your sweetbreads. Do I really have to? Okay, fighting for my sweetbreads. Alright. Level 8 Celts? Why am I fighting my own people? What are you saying about my people, you scoundrel game? My lord. Well, actually, I come from my people, so, you know what? Considering my RimWorld's reputation, maybe that's reasonable, but I was not expecting a level 8 battle. On the plus side, this is not nearly as aggressive as the other fights that we were last in. I don't think we're looking to lose as that being said, there is quite a lot of people about to be lost. Is there anything I can do over here? Let's go ahead and collect our peeps. So we've got Pasture, unique economy hero. Unique skill, disease prevented by hill fort. Oh, okay, that's quite nice. This one isn't as useful for me right now. I'm thinking this one is going to be more useful for me. I didn't really think that I'd be able to just swap them out like this, but okay. I don't think we have anything that's really going to help here. Perhaps, let's see, is there anything here that is particularly good for combat in particular? I don't think so. Alright, well, let's continue on the fight then. No, let's pause that there. Get some... Oh, that's not what I want to do. Okay, so we're doing loads more damage now thanks to the archers. I really should have used them for the mammoth battle. I thought I was playing the right card previously, but evidently not. The 10% extra from archers is huge. I mean, I guess it stands to reason when you actually stop to think about it, but my goodness, my people are absolutely, again, decimated by these fights. Maybe I shouldn't be quite as aggressive. I've lost 771 people, and I just lost a workshop. Rude. How dare you go for the means of my production? There we go. Right, let's not go for this one just yet. Oh, my lord. Okay, so click heat is pretty high. And it's going to be high for a while. I need to refill my population, so let's just go ahead and do that. Good to have those in reserve. However, I do now need to repair my workshop. Well, that was definitely an interesting one. That being said, I would like you now that we're no longer in war, and I would like you as well. There we go. And I don't think we've got anyone to replace over here. Right, let's have a look. There we go. So mortar. We can now make better walls. Let's get a better military if we can. And I will help out here, sure. Right, okay, so stone walls. Let's get those on the go. What are we about to do to ourselves? Oh, nothing bad. Well, isn't this lovely? Very well. 40 risk per minute for 5 minutes, or just more food. I think we're going to go with the more food right now. We definitely need some help with that, frankly. We do have a decent bit of money, so we can finally merge these and see what we get. Plus 13% damage. That is actually huge. That is definitely what we want during an attack. However, we would lose so much stun and nationalism as well. Plus, okay, well that was a difficult one. That was a difficult one to know what to do with there. I'm not going to lie. But we do need to grab the last bits and bobs. Right, that one is done, so we can convert that to forest. That now gives us extra wood, which is always nice. We'll take this as well. And further to that, let's go ahead and do this last fight here. Now, hopefully we're not going to... Oh, this is going to be rough. All right, let's help you out and get this wall built. And there we go. Yes, of course, we've got an uprising. Right, over to the archers. Now, we're about to have this ready, and I think 13% extra archer power is going to be huge, so we're going to switch over to that and promptly get these going. Get this built if I can, as quickly as I can. There we are. Wallop. I just need one more, and we've dealt with a level 9 uprising, which is actually kind of amazing when you think about it. There we are. Oh, never mind. Oh, damn. This event triggered. I should have planned it much better. That is a shame. If I'd had the 2 archers ready, that would have been the better play. But of course, when they interact with those situations, they trigger the 300% damage. That's our base damage, effectively. That was a shame. That was a big shame. Right, repair the workshop, please, and thanks. And let's see what we've got down here. We have got nothing. Well, stone for 1.4%. And stratocracy, an increase in militia damage. Not really what we want, though. Let's go ahead and get that built. In fact, I should have been using that, thinking about it. Now we need a bunch of huts. Let's get these huts in place, because we've got a lot of vagabonds right now. And I don't have the better houses, sadly. Maybe I should be working on that. The mud brick abode. Sure, let's go ahead and grab those. But now we've got phalanx, 8 to 12 damage, and they still only require wood to get, which is pretty amazing. Right, let's get these houses going quickly. There we are. Right, now we're going to switch over to the stone. We're bringing in a goodly bit of stone, so that should help us out in getting everything back in place. There we go. Let's get a couple of these forts up and running, and we should be all right then moving forward. Now, we've finished 20 quests. Very nice. Got a new hero. Let's have a look at you. Okay, we've got a rare lore hero. 29% extra food per second, 11% phalanx damage, adds to base damage +1, and while the granary is active, gain 1.2 stone. On defense, with the casts, on defense, 33% chance to block. That is absolutely amazing. We've got a very good council right now. This is we've got 2 unique councillors, in fact. That is a pretty amazing council, all things considered. Right, we're going to go through a period of quiet, though, I think. Just get this wall made. I know we've got a huge fire risk, and it does pain me to see it, but it is a thing that we're going to need to deal with. I'm going to use this and just get as many phalanx as we can quickly. Once this is done, we'll switch over to the abodes, or rather the huts, until we can build this, and that will just happily take care of itself, which is perfectly fine. Right, with that done, we've now got an extra fort capacity, which is huge. Let's go ahead and continue searching down here. Ultimately, I want more workers. I need more workers. I don't have enough as is. But with that, we can, in fact, throw down an extra stone wall. So let's go ahead and get the stone wall going while we've got the +9 on the stone. Because that doesn't accrue. You either use it or you lose it, effectively. Right, there we are. Let's get the quarry up and running as well. In fact, I'm going to help out with this. Yes, I know it's brought us up to uprising chance of 50%, which is scary, but it is what it is. Right, let's go for the abodes. We'll use the stone right now. We're actually producing a decent amount, and each one of these will give us 31 capacity instead of 5, which I think is very, very good return on investment there. There we are. We're starting to see that filling out. Now, we've still got a load of vagabonds to deal with, but shouldn't be too terrible. Now then, we could bring in a lot of people if we really, really wanted to. Alternatively, well, yeah, actually gaining the better soldier capacity would be very nice right now. Do we have another mammoth area? We don't. That's a bit of a shame. But I will go ahead and I'll check this one out as well. We're not too far away from the quarries. Now, let's have a look at the fire risk. 45% chance of fire. My good lord. Chance of at least one crisis level 9. In the next minute, 71%. In the next hour, 100%. I mean, this is the idle part of the game, I guess. We could massively increase our gold income, but I don't think we really want to. We have lost more people so far than we currently have alive, which... Any civilization that lasts long enough, this is obviously going to be the normal state of things. I don't recognize that as necessarily a bad thing to see. Right, we've just finished that. Let's go ahead and get the joinery. We should now be able to build the quarry. Passive effect, 5 stone per second. Charge effect is 600 stone. It's basically a wood mill equivalent. But again, we're going to need a worker to run that or to disable one of these. Now, I don't really... Oh, whoa. Level 9 Inferno. Well, now. Destroy 154 houses. I don't think I can afford that. So, what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and... Let's first have a look at our people. I think this is good. We don't need the archers anymore, which is why I had you in reserve. Oh, never mind. This upgrades. Alright, let's pop you in there. We've lost the stun effect. That's okay. Let's use this, and 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Not too bad. Didn't need to use any of my walls. There we are. Not the best way of dealing with it, I'm not going to lie, but still not a bad way. Right, I don't think you're... Well, you're on level 9, whereas Hammurabi's only a level 7, so it's possible you might be better. 51% more stone from a click. No passive gold, but you get a lot more autonomy build-up. Republic, no, I don't think you're much better. You know what? Let's go ahead and pop these down. Do I have any more commons? Yes, I've got a couple more commons. And in fact, I think what we're going to do is we're just going to sell the commons at this point. Don't really care for them. Use them as our cash crop. You're obviously staying, but then realistically, we don't really have much more. Can I sell a couple of these? I can. Do I want to sell you? I do. Same here. I don't think we're going back to you. So let's just shed some of the dead weight of money that we've got just hanging around here. These are nice, so I'll keep them. Well, actually, that one can go, I suppose. All right. Well, this is okay. We'll keep that one up there. But that's given us a fair old bit of cash. Now, I could... Oh, well, I was going to say I could just buy some more stone, but it doesn't look like I can. Okay, well, that's fine then. Really? Another level 9 Inferno? Huh. Well, this one's going to be a bit harder for me to deal with, I'm not going to lie. I guess I could just pop that. That's going to stall them. I want to finish this quarry before I switch over to anything else. So let's try and focus on that right now. There we go. That's fine, not enough to activate. Don't mind. Let's flip over to the phalanx. Let's get the phalanx in position. Did I sell the... Oh, no. Did I sell... No, there we go. Ah, that was concerning. Though, the lack of a means to really stun them is a bit of a problem. Yeah, I'm not going to do enough damage with this, I don't think. I think I ultimately need the stun. It is a shame, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and get all of this done. Right, we've just... Wow, okay, blocked by hero. So that means we didn't have to use up our wall at all. Now, we don't strictly need to win through combat. We can win, or rather just outlast it. Well, it's not the best way of doing it, certainly, but it is a way of doing it. There we are, stunned you there. And I would like to stun you again. We'll see if I can use a phalanx to stun, but I'm not sure we will be able to. No, we're not going to. So let's just get a protective wall in there. There we go. Oh, blocked by hero. Very nice indeed. Stun. And I'm just going to keep building up until I can use my phalanx. And what I might do is just save up for 3 phalanx and then just dump them all at the same time. Stall there. There we are. If I can get 3 phalanx, I'm not going to be able to build that up, though, no matter what I do. Blocked by hero again, though. That was very nice. Very nice indeed. And block once more. We'll switch over to the phalanx counselor right before I spend all of them. It's not going to provide a stun, which is a shame, but it will work, I think. Right, so let's go ahead and do that. Phalanx damage up and drop all of them at once. And switch back. There we go. Right, want a protection there. I don't think we're going to stop them this time, unfortunately. That one at least managed to stun. Well, we might. If I'm very lucky indeed, we might be able to stop them. Regardless, I'm going to need that there. Going to stop there. We are right against the wire right now. We know that we can do this reasonably quickly, but right now my clicks for the phalanx are very shy. Right, we've got a couple more. Let's get that. Use you. And we might actually be able to stop them. I'm going to be as surprised as you are if this works. Well, okay. Very happy with that indeed. Let's not take any more risks right now. Let's just take the food and the wood. There we are. Well, I am genuinely surprised. Let's go ahead and use this to get all 4 of those in one go. They were clutch. Right, what else have we got? No, we're not going to lose food. We'll just go with this for now. Right, let's have a look. Do we have anywhere we can claim? No, not yet. Well, for now then, let's start that one. Start this one as well. We definitely need to get the phalanx up and running. We've got 856 population, which is very nice. And finally, we can work on the end game wonder. Now, while this is going on, we've got a 75% chance of a risk. Let's build up our army before we do that. I think that probably would be a wise move. What we got here? Nothing too amazing, if I'm honest. So let's get rid of you for the cash. And let's just allow this to go down a little bit. Now, at any point, I could just make more money. We do have... oh, did we completely lose the lumber mill? We may have lost the lumber mill completely. That's a bit of a shame. All right, let's get... Oh, no, this is the upgrade. We just want to work on the upgrade, and that's absolutely fine. We're just going to let time pass a little bit. This will be a very slightly longer than usual video, but I want to get to the end game, go through one full run at the very least. We've currently got a quest to get 1,000 coin, 5,000 coin, upgrade the Babel Tower to level 10. We're not doing that, by the way. Finish 30 quests. That would be very hard. Defeat 4 barbarians. Also, well, 3. Also kind of hard, but the population one we can probably do. I think that isn't outside of our abilities to reach. And that would be even easier if I just do that. Right, okay, so another uprising. First and foremost, don't have enough phalanx yet. But let's pop that in there. Actually, no, let's pop you back. We're going to use militia first. Going to put a stun down there. Let that trigger. There we go. Now then, I'm going to switch over. Going to use this up and use 2 of my phalanx in one go. And there we are. That is how you deal with an uprising. Okay, well, we need to replenish that, but that's fine. There we go. Got all 3 of them back. We need some more abodes quite badly at this point because I did expand our population a tad. Let's have a look at you. You're level 9. That's actually not bad. That's 39 weak second, 13 damage. And we lose the passive stone, though, so I don't think so. The passive stone really is the only way we're getting any of the stone buildings done right now. Wow, he says as he starts clicking furiously. And notice how in the background our huts are turning into stone abodes, which I'm very, very pleased with. I love it when games have that kind of visual representation of what you're doing. Right, let's flip over to Stonewall, allow them to build that up themselves. We still need another worker. We are about to get one, though. In fact, we're about to get 2, depending on the crises that we have to deal with. So we may end up with a spare worker at the end of this, which would be very nice. Let's have a look. Getting a load of research for 5 minutes is huge. And what about you? Oh. We'll grab the extra research. Right, first and foremost, let's turn them into villages. There we are. I would like... which one were we building up over here? I think we were building up the pasture. So sure, let's continue that quest. Activate both of these. So we've got a huge 186% bonus. Let's get this going and hopefully race through. We didn't race through. Much sadness. All right. Well, how are we going to face this fight then? Well, first, we're going to make sure we stun pretty hard with militia. Then we're going to switch over to phalanx and start just burning into that as quickly as we can. We have got 3 phalanx, so I could just... You know what? Sure. Where's my phalanx? There we are. Let's do this. Pop it. There we go. Crisis over. Beautiful. And switch back. Oh, no. Never mind, apparently, is the answer there. Let's pause you there for a second. I want to get the phalanx back before we go for this. Nice block there. Very nice block indeed. Now, we're not going to have that one phalanx was the equivalent of 3 previously. We're not obviously going to have that right now, but we can definitely get to almost the point of having 4. Let's block this. Almost at the point of having 4, so let's switch over. And by 4, I mean once that's built. There we go, and finished it. Oof. Are we straight into another one? Oh, for the second there, I thought we were. I was about to call shenanigans on that one. Right, let's see. Plus 13 damage, 36 granary active, plus 1 wood per click. Again, I really like the stone right now. That you're definitely not better, so I'm just going to sell you straight away. Alright, well, that could have been worse, a lot worse. Right, we can now ascend our civilization to earn permanent upgrades. However, there is one more thing we can now build, and that is the Tower of Babel. Each level requires a different item, a different resource, in generally quite large amounts, but it's honestly a pretty cool way of getting things done. Are we going to get that? No, we've got a level 10 fire. See, why would I deal with this when I could just click here? But before we do, actually, every one of these that we complete is a little bit more meta progress. But with that, in this, given the time and for the sake of showing you everything I can in this one episode, let's go ahead and ascend. So Babel Tower levels 0. We have not scratched the heavens, sadly. No, there was no point anyway. We hadn't managed to build up enough time to train a warrior capable of dethroning God yet, so what's even the point of visiting? Right, workshop levels 18, technologies 23, corruption overcome. We didn't actually get any corrupted events. That is quite often the kind of anarchy symbol in the uprising ones. Quests, we did 25, we dealt with 19 crises, we made 962 gold of 1,000, and there were 1,073 deaths. So you notice how these are recorded out of 10,000. You would have to get up very early in the morning in order to get that many. Right, okay, so that is our meta progress, and of course with any good meta progress system, we now get to spend our... well, I mean, these are probably more ill-gotten gains, whereas these are just gains. We can increase, permanent increase to our base damage. We can increase wood generation, stone generation. I would probably lean more towards wood and stone, personally. As you saw, some of the crises were rough, but as long as you've got good generation on these, I think you can easily get through the base fights. Wood is probably more important of the two, and then, you know, with what's left, we could either increase the starting gold or gain damage. And I think damage, we didn't really use gold, but honestly, if we'd wanted to, we would have been able to accrue large amounts. Now, one of the last things, now this is the demo Ascension tree. From what I understand, this is going to be greatly expanded through early access, but one of the things that we will keep, that should be gone, there we are, is we keep our heroes. You gradually level up your council, including the unique heroes. So this is definitely something worth looking at. Now, I should have accepted them before we started again, because now we're back down to level 6. That was my bad. But you do have a fair amount of replayability even in the demo. But I'm afraid that is going to be it for us and for Microcivilization. I really hope you've enjoyed this first taste. Do let me know down in the comments below what you thought about it. And if you did like it, be sure to drop a wishlist on Steam. Again, this will be released in early access on the 13th of November, so you don't have very long to wait. And I hope to see a couple of you jumping in and sharing your screenshots over on the Dapperdell Discord server once you've got a game going yourself. Let me know if you ever manage to get a level 10 Tower of Babel. But that is going to be it from me. So until next time, and as always, do take care, everyone.